The producer of Resident Evil 5, Jun Takeuchi. Yeah, exactly as you say, in Resident Evil Code Veronica, it is mentioned that Africa, is not only the birthplace of humanity, which, some scientists say right now, but it was also the birthplace of the virus, which, has been causing so much trouble in all the Resident Evil games throughout the series. So it was certainly a natural step or natural progression for the series to eventually go to Africa one day, and we had thought from quite some time ago that that's exactly where the series was going to end up one day. Well, one big inspiration and one thing that ties a lot of the enemies and the bosses in the game together that we really wanted to use as a motif was the idea of tentacled enemies, and you can see that in a lot of the enemies that appear, especially the Ouroboros enemy boss that appears in the game. That was definitely one thing that tied a lot of the bosses together for us. We were inspired, in a lot of different ways by a lot of different things, so you can see how that's become an inspiration for some of the visuals that you'll see in the game. You also see a lot of the tentacle enemies in the water and things like that. That was something we had in our mind for a long time and we wanted to use as a motif in this game. Well, the most obvious difference that we were able to do with the new hardware at our disposal in developing RE5 was to pay much more closer attention to the graphics in the cutscenes, and just to make everything that much more lifelike and that much more prettier than previous games that have been. And we spent a lot of time and effort in making sure that they were as good looking as they could possibly be. I guess the other thing that we were able to do a little bit differently with this game was we divided the game up into a more sort of stricter chapter by chapter system, and we paid very close attention to trying to ensure that between the beginning of one chapter and the end, that within that one chapter the gameplay was as seamless as possible and just did not stop and never let up. If you look at when we first started writing this scenario and first started putting ideas down on paper for the game, I spent probably 4 years of my life working on this game, and it's something I can definitely say with a lot of pride that this is a great game. When you pick up the game and you take it home and you put it into your console, I guess the first thing that I'd like you to do is go find your co-op partner and play through the co-op experience with that someone special. Resident Evil 5 is going to be out on the 13th of March. It's coming out on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. They're both out right at the same time on the same day, so whichever one you want to pick up, it'll be ready for you.